This is our lab, Vectors of Jupiter High School. So we learned about vectors, that vectors have both magnitude and direction. So this is kind of practicing doing something to scale. So the words distance and displacement refer to two very different quantities. If you leave home and walk a typo, distance of 10 kilometers, you might end your walk 10 kilometers east of home, 5 kilometers east or back at your home. Your final position or displacement depends not only on the distance you travel, but also the direction in which you walk. Displacement includes both the distance and the direction of change of position measured from the starting point. Therefore, displacement is a vector quantity and can be represented by an arrow-tipped line segment. The length of the arrow drawn represents the direction of the quantity. The vectors are added by placing the tail of one vector to the head of other. The resultant is drawn by connection of the tail of the first vector to the head of the other. All right, now do not do this in pen, because I did not make extra copies. There's exactly how many copies of people there are in the class. And so you're going to need a pencil, and you're going to need a ruler. So Mr. Plageman will get out the rulers. You're going to need a protractor, so Mr. Plageman will get out the protractors. And so what you're going to do is you're going to make and use the scale. And you're going to use vector addition to measure all these things. So it says use the scale on the map and determine the distance. So you're going to say that 1 centimeter is 15.5 meters. I actually went in the hall and measured how long the hallways were to do this. So we're actually close to the exact measurements of the hallway. So that means that if this is 1 centimeter on the ruler, that means on the map this distance would be 15.5 meters. So you're going to start off and you're going to just follow the directions. So you start off from the front entrance of the school to the double doors, and so you're starting off at the front entrance, and then you're going to the double doors of the atrium. So what that means is you're going to look at the map of Jupiter High School, and this is where you would go in. So that would be your starting point. Now where the double doors are to the atrium, that's here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the ruler, you're going to measure how many centimeters that is, and then you're going to do the map scale and figure out how many meters that ends up being. Then you're going to go to your first period honors physics class with me, and then you're going to go through the rest of your schedule. Here you actually have to draw the vector diagram, and you have to draw it to scale. And again, when you calculate these things, you need to show your work. Okay? And that's about it. And again, you need to show your work and write everything on here. Well, actually, it's all on the front. So you'll be flipping this back and forth. And that's our lab on vectors of Jupiter High School.